Doing some Tabletop Thursday. This week we're going to be doing going over some new things coming out for Warhammer 40k. They've announced a new Space Marine Codex, which affects a lot of players. Actually, it's one of the more popular armies, and they've added a lot of cool things for different chapters. But if you already have the Codex for 8th edition, bad news. You're going to have to get another one, or just update your battle scribe. You know which one I'm going to do.
2 new books.
2 new books. That's right. It's kind of crazy. Anyway,
The Codex will be $70 and the supplement will be $30.
why is the Codex $70? It's so much more expensive than any other Codex.
Did I say 70? I meant to say 40.
40? Okay,
so
yeah.
like 70 total.
70
is
total.
what
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say, but
Okay.
I'm dumb, so I failed.
Dude, it's that kind of day around here. I swear to God. Ugh. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so the Codex and then the supplement. Now, if you already have the first Codex, can you just get the supplement, or is it not? You're not going to work out that way.
I don't think so.
Okay, I didn't think so either.
I think they're changing everything.
They're changing everything. They're like, people are bored with 8th edition. We got to fix that. Quick, what's one of the bigger armies? Let's just redo Space Marines. Fuck it, we're redoing Space Marines. It's kind of how it felt a little bit.
Is there any other armies to redo? There's only one army. Space Marines.
Who are you fighting? Other Space Marines. Duh. Oh yeah, and occasionally the Chaos Space Marine, but that's like 1 in every 8 players. What you got there, buddy?
My keys.
Oh, okay.
They broke.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to? What do you want to do first? Do you want to go over the new chapter tactics?
Yeah, I'd say let's start with chapter tactics, and then we can go into like the new units, and then you create your own and kind of thing.
Okay. Do you want to? You just probably put it up on the. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, wrong one. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not on the right thing.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I am.
Oh, yeah. Now you are.
Yeah. I switched it over. I wasn't for a second. I will agree with you there.
Okay. Cool. Let's talk about these.
Perfect. So, starting with the Crimson Fists. Let's see. Even when faced with seemingly insurmountable odds, the Crimson Fists emerge bloodied but victorious, with bolters roaring. That says, when you resolve an attack made by a model with this tactic against a unit that contains at least 5 or more models, then that of the model's unit, add 1 to the hit roll. For the purposes of this tactic, a vehicle model with this tactic counts as 5 models. Well, that's a good specification to make. In addition, when resolving an attack made with a bolt weapon by the model from this tactic, an unmodified hit roll of 6 scores 1 additional hit. So what do you think of the no matter the odds, Crimson Fist's new tactic?
So I think there's a few things about this that are significant changes from the previous version of this rule. The first of which is that now it is... Well, first of all the chapter tactics are going to be on vehicles as well as guys.
Super excited about that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Thank you, GW. Very cool. So that's good. And in addition to that, I believe this used to say that when you're resolving an attack against a unit that has double the number of models, you get the bonus. And now it's only 5 more than the number of models you have, which could be good and could be bad, because when you had a 3-man unit, like you took some casualties or something,
yeah,
it would be pretty easy to get the +1, but now they have to have 5 more than you regardless of that.
True.
And it also means that you couldn't before, because a 1 vehicle unit couldn't never be double the size of your unit, but you still can't get the bonus against a vehicle ever, because it counts as 5, and you can't have 0 models.
That's true. That makes sense. And then let's see. So anything else kind of special about this you want to go into, or is it?
Well, they also added the thing where you get an extra hit with the bolt weapons on a 6. That wasn't on there before, so that's kind of cool.
That's pretty bitchin'.
I think this thing is reasonable.
Nice. So a nice bonus boost to the Crimson Fists, make it just more usable, I think, in game. It looks like there's a weapon, the Stalker Bolt Rifle. I think that's been around for a long time, but
yeah, now it's 2 damage.
Oh shit! Strength 4, AP -2, 2 damage. That's pretty damn nice. Black Templars, the unplayable... No, I'm just kidding. Hot burns the hatred of the Black Templars for the mutant, the witch, and the heretic, and bright blazes their faith in the immortal Emperor of mankind. With furious cries do these crusading warriors hurl themselves into battle against their reviled foes, and with fervent prayers they do shrug off even the most grievous of wounds. When a charge roll is made, no. When a charge roll is made for a unit with this tactic, you can reroll any or all of the dice. In addition, when a model with this tactic would lose a wound as a result of a mortal wound, roll a d6. On a 5 up, that wound is not lost. Oh, what do you think? Is that finally going to bump anybody into playing Black Templars?
So this one got changed in two ways. You can reroll one or both of the dice.
That's pretty
Because,
significant.
yeah, you used to have to reroll the whole thing. Also, it applies to vehicles, so when you charge people with your rhinos, you can reroll the dice. But
Hell yes.
they have a 5 up against mortal wounds, which could be pretty cool depending on how many mortal wounds you encounter.
Yeah.
But you can do some stuff with this. So there is a warlord trait that I was using with my blood angels that we've talked about before. I can't remember exactly what the name of the warlord trait is, but it's from the Shadow Spear, and it has to be on a Phobos armored character.
Yeah.
And it makes it so you add 1 to your runs and 1 to your charges, and maybe 1 to your normal move. But anyway, the relevant part is +1 to your charges. Then you can deep strike in a Phobos lieutenant because he's allowed to deep strike, and then deep strike in any unit you want that's Black Templar, and then you're making an 8-inch charge, and you can reroll. So, I mean, like, there's something there. I don't know that it's great, but you could charge people with some hammer naders or something, and
Oh shit, nice.
8 inches with the reroll isn't too terrible.
Bring an Emperor's Champion and just watch him die a little faster. No.
He can't deep strike.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So, count me out.
God, he should be able to. That'd be nuts. All right. And then moving on, so from them to the Imperial Fists Siege Masters. The Imperial Fists drilled tirelessly with their armaments, perfecting the art of purging their enemies from behind heavy ramparts and flak-bordered trenches, with withering hails of pinpoint bolt fire. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model with this tactic, the target does not receive the benefit of cover to its saving throw. If that attack was made with a bolt weapon, an unmodified roll of hit scores an additional 1 hit. Now, what do you think about this one?
I think this one's worse than the Crimson Fist one.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of. It feels like just a gimpier version of it. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, cover. Everybody uses cover all the time.
Yeah, the extra hit thing is it's Nito Bandito for sure. That's the thing that was added to this and the Crimson Fist one.
I like how
it'll be interesting to see if they still have the bolter drill stratagem that did that.
Oh shit, yeah.
Because then you could stack that and get like a bajillion hits.
Oh god. That's how this one guy shot 18 times. No.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Especially with some of the vehicles and stuff, that could get kind of nuts.
Well, if it's an aggressor shooting,
yeah,
6 shots each, and then getting extra hits on 6s, that means that each one will statistically do 7 shots.
Hell yes.
And then, like, if you had a billion of those, or if they're shooting twice, or if you have a billion of those and they're shooting twice, and they have bolter drill, and yeah.
Holy crap, that could get kind of nuts.
Yeah, billion shots. A million billion.
Billion shots. All the shots. Shooting all the time. Up next, the Ultramarines, Codex Discipline. The sons of Gilliman hold the tenets of the Codex Astartes as sacrosanct, its wisdom guiding them to discipline and measured strategic responses, even amidst the hottest burning flames of battle. Add 1 to the leadership characteristic of models with this tactic. Units with this tactic can shoot in a turn which they fell back. If they do so, when resolving an attack made by a model in that shooting phase of that turn, subtract 1 from the hit roll. So, falling back and shooting seems pretty good.
Yep, their tactic didn't change at all. It's exactly the same.
Except
for now it applies to all vehicles, so that's cool.
Oh shit, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, up next, the White Scars Lightning Assault. The White Scars are the true masters of high-speed hit-and-run warfare. Theirs is the fury of the storm, the scent of prey upon the wind. They do battle on the move, using speed and swift adaptability as a weapon, wrong-footing their enemies with breakneck maneuvers, and melting away one moment only to crash home like lightning strikes somewhere elsewhere the next. None can escape the righteous justice of the sons of Kogoris. I don't know if I said that name right. Chogoris?
I don't know.
Units with this tactic can charge in a turn which
Chodor.
they advanced or fell back. Bikers with this tactic do not suffer a penalty for moving and firing heavy weapons, or for advancing and firing assault weapons. Seems pretty good.
Yep. I think
It's a
nothing was added to this except for now they can advance and charge, which is pretty cool. It depends on like what other things you have surrounding that, but
True. So,
uh, I just thought of something just now. There's
what's that?
The temporal corridor spell that came out in Shadow Spear that makes it so you can move and advance, and you advance extra distance
Oh shit.
during the psychic phase.
Yeah.
Uh, this makes it so, but it can only be cast on Phobos units like Reavers and Infiltrators, and I guess the new unit, the Incursors. But with this, you could advance and charge. I mean, you could move, advance, then cast that spell, move, advance extra inches, and
Good
then
God.
charge with one of those units, and that could be that would be pretty fast.
God damn.
Maybe you could get something done with that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends on how killy the units are.
Just give them all flamers. No, I'm just kidding. Man, it's always funny looking at their, I guess, for the White Scar models, because they always look like they're like the medevac team. Like,
Huh.
but pretty bitchin'. The Raven Guard, Shadow Masters. The Raven Guard slip through the shadows, half-seen specters barely visible to the foe, until they choose their moment to strike. Enemies grip their weapons and blaze away into the gloom with increasing panic, their shots flying wide as the sons of Korax encircle their victims and prepare to level the killing blow. By the time their prey is close enough to direct their fire with any real chance of accuracy, they are caught within the Raven's talons. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon against a unit with this tactic by a model that is more than 12 inches away, that unit is treated as having the benefit of cover to its saving throw. If that unit is not a vehicle and entirely on or within a terrain feature, subtract 1 from the hit roll.
The
So,
terrain fecal matter.
the terrain fecal matter. You're in the shit now! No, man.
So this is just the same thing, but it's nerfed.
Yeah, it seems less good.
It is less good. People were like, "Yeah, you get cover now," and it's like, well, but you don't get -1, so who cares?
Yeah, like,
You
-1
only
is
get
way
-1
better.
if you're in cover, and also you can never get it on your dreadnoughts anymore, which was
Mm.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
You could have it on your dreadnoughts, but now I guess all your vehicles have cover, so they got +1 armor. If you care about that.
Woohoo! I guess if you're rolling like one of their gun platforms or something, I don't know. Kind of weird. Hey, look who it is.
Your repulsors could have 2 up armor.
Oh shit! That's it. We got to do this now. All right. Salamanders, forged in battle. To the salamanders, war is the anvil upon which their strength is wrought. Every battle is a test in which to prove themselves and their superior craftsmanship of their weapons. When this unit with this tactic fires Overwatch, or is chosen to shoot or fight, you can re-roll a single hit roll, and you can re-roll a single wound roll. When resolving an attack made with a weapon that has armor penetration, characteristic of -1, against this unit with this tactic. That weapon is treated as having his armor pen of 0. Interesting. So, help me out with this one. When resolving an attack made with a weapon that has an armor penetration characteristic of -1, the armor penetration reduces to 0, so it is actually worse than it was?
So if they have -1,
Yeah.
you just ignore it instead. So if they shoot you with the bolt rifle,
Yeah.
then you don't take any penalty to your armor save.
Interesting. So, if the salamander uses the reroll, then they lose their -1? Is that what it is?
No.
No.
Okay, so they get to reroll
Yeah.
just like they used to.
Yeah.
And when your opponent shoots you
Mm-hmm.
with a weapon that's -1, it's not -1. It's -0.
Shit. Okay. That
I
seems.
just I don't know if that matters because like who even attacks with weapons that are -1?
I don't know.
I don't think I've
Orcs.
been
Orcs
attacked
do.
by a weapon that's -1 recently.
I think the orcs are the only army that I've gone up against that have a -1, other than other space marines, of course.
Yeah.
Oh no. Excuse me.
Unimpeded by those pesky -1 AP weapons.
Damn
Those
that
pesky
-1.
-1 AP weapons that don't exist.
Perfect. And then, last but not least, the Iron Hands. The flesh is weak. Most Iron Hands are heavily augmented with an ultra-durable cybernetic limbs and organs that render them extremely difficult to kill. When a model with this tactic would lose a wound, roll 1d6. On a d6, that wound is not lost. Ooh, when resolving an Overwatch attack made by this model with this tactic, a hit roll of 5 or 6 scores a hit. In addition, models with this tactics that have a damage table are considered to have double the number of wounds remaining for the purpose of determining what row to use on the damage table? That seems pretty good.
So I guess extremely difficult to kill in GW's eyes is a 6-up feel no pain. But they used to only have that, and then they added 2 things to their chapter tactic, which is pretty good, where they overwatch on 5s and 6s, which might be useful sometimes, and your vehicles don't degrade as fast, which is nice for things like Redemptors and
Hell, the repulsor. That's pretty.
Repulsor, Executioner, and
Yeah.
your whatever the hell the name of the huge repulsor tank thing is, the Forge World thing, the Astraeus. That's what
The
it's called.
Astraeus. Oh, I forgot that thing even existed. That thing is nuts.
Yeah, so it's nice. I think I would give the medal for most improved to that one.
Definitely. And I think you know what it is. They have like kind of this. They have a kind of a neat paint job, but like I think they needed something really to make them stand up. They're like, listen, do you want to just stay on the table and not die? Then play Iron Hands. Somebody play Iron Hands.
Yeah, I don't think a 6-up Feel No Pain is very representative of being super hard to kill, though.
Yeah, it does seem a little. I mean, it's better than nothing for sure, but yeah, it does seem like I mean,
Right. But I
it,
mean, the other option isn't nothing. It's
yeah,
a different chapter tactic. So,
that's pretty damn good. Yeah, they almost have like two rolled up in one. They're like, listen, you're still hard to kill, but you know now your fucking weapon, your vehicles and shit will be much better.
yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, perfect. So those are kind of some of the new chapter tactics that have come out. Uh, the preview ones anyway. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's all there is. But
Yeah,
and
that's
then
all of them.
yeah, and then so do you want to do?
Oh, well, I guess it's not all of them because
Yeah,
they
they're
have the
great.
thing where you can build your own chapter tactic by picking 2 things.
Good segue. Here it is. So yeah, he's right. Now they've created it much easier to make your own successor chapters and them not just suck a bag of dicks. But I have a feeling this is going to turn into one of those things. There's like the prime. There's like this really good combination that everybody's going to use. Either that or you can't put them together to be good enough as anything else. Oh, that is a kick-ass art. Oh, that you showed
Yeah.
this the other day.
Yeah, I love that art.
That is
It's great.
so good looking.
Yeah.
Um, so inheritors of the Primarch. You select the successor tactic. You
This
cannot.
one is the cop out. You just use a different one.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. They're like, listen, we want you to
Yeah.
make paint your
I
own,
don't
however
even
you want.
understand this because like you would just say that they're ultramarines.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be like, this is a successor chapter that uses ultramarine chapter tactics. Like no, unless there's like successor only relics or successor only warlord traits or something. But the only thing that you're doing by picking this, to my knowledge, is making it so you can't use named characters.
Yeah. Does it
When
seem?
like you could just have it painted however you want and then say that it's ultramarines. That's how the game works.
Yeah, it does feel like this has been a rule forever. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
All right, then the next one is Master Artisans. When a unit with this tactic fires Overwatch or is chosen to shoot or fight, this is the old Salamanders tactics.
Yep.
Why would you not just
All of
say
them are just
Salamanders and get the extra?
half
Okay.
of the they're half of the new chapter tactics.
Oh, gotcha.
But I
And then
mean,
you pick
there's
two.
19 of them, so there's going to be more that are.
Holy shit.
But like, yeah, that's just the new Raven Guard tactic. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Oh,
Sorry.
they don't show all 19,
They do
and you're
not. No.
skipping the new ones.
Sorry. I was just scrolling up. I was like, what the fuck? All right. And then stealthy. Yep. Raven Guard tactic. We've already seen.
Yeah, it's just the free cover, and then you got your bolter fusillades. That's one that nobody has.
Resolving an attack.
You can reroll hit rolls of 1
Ooh.
when you shoot your bolters. So like you could spend your entire chapter tactic doing that, or you could take a captain. So I mean, whichever one you want.
Are you just
feel
bad at
free.
positioning your captain? We have the rule for you.
And then +3
Sorry.
+3 range. That's actually like that's
That's
actually playable because
pretty
you
good.
can deep strike in like the Stern Guard veterans with combi flamers, and then you can flame in
Oh
like after you
yeah.
deep strike, which that's pretty sweet.
That's pretty fucking nice too.
Too
You could
bad
actually.
you can't use like flamecraft or anything because you're not a
Yeah.
salamander. You're a successor chapter.
We're the Salamonsters. No. Fucking. Dude, that would be so good for salamanders to get. Oh my god. Like, hell, that would actually make the Flamestorm gauntlets, like, no, they're still worse, but at least they're more entertaining. Like,
They're much more usable.
yeah. God, I feel like the price difference for those should be greater just because one is just so obviously worth it.
Well, you know what's cool about this though is it makes it so the flamer aggressors can never be charged.
That is
Like
true.
if
Oh
they stood
shit!
still, if they stood still during your turn, and then somebody tried to charge them, they would have to be 12 inches away, or get they get the flamed the flame out of them. You know what I'm
Holy
saying?
flaming fart, Batman. That
So
yeah,
like
that's pretty good.
that one's pretty fun and pretty promising for the other ones that are
Oh yeah, you could also.
not yet revealed, which I think they haven't shown 15 of them. So like there could still be some really good stuff.
Oh man, can you imagine us like sniping somebody's characters from like a billion miles away? And like,
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
oh yeah.
Extra range on your melta guns. I don't
Oh
know.
fucking no.
I think it's most significant on flamers.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Alternatively, you can go for a more narrative spin, and you can base one of your choices on the chapter History of Lore. Preferred enemy. When you use this tactic, select one of the following faction keywords: Tyranids, Eldari, Orc, Heretic Astartes, Necrons, or Tau Empire. When resolving an attack made with a melee weapon against the by a model with this tactic against a unit with that faction keyword, in turn which the model has made a charge move, was charged, or performed a heroic intervention, you can re-roll the hit roll. That's kind of interesting.
So this is just the old hatred rule, basically.
Yeah, but you can choose it, so whoever you're fighting, you're just gonna change it every
No,
time you
no,
fight
you
somebody.
can't. No, you literally can't.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, it's when you select this tactic, not before the game begins.
Oh, okay.
So like while you're writing your list.
Oh, okay. Well, that's less fun. But yeah, it is the old hatred. I didn't realize. That's funny.
And then indomitable. When you take a morale test, no more than one guy can flee. I don't
Woohoo!
know if that'll ever matter,
Dude, what is with morale? Like morale, I just feel like
especially
just
since you reroll
doesn't
anyway
matter.
because you're
Yeah.
Space Marine.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter for Space Marines, especially if you've got a unit of 5. Your guys aren't going to run. You're fine.
Yeah. Pretty
Don't worry
much.
about it. You're
just
fine.
just relax, man. And then they have the new PDF you can download to do your new markings and heraldry.
Yeah, so you can make your penis McDonald's Marines just like you've always wanted.
I think that was nearly a thing. I saw something dangerously close to that on the 40k subreddit.
To a penis McDonald's Marine.
Like
I thought that was an original idea. Penis and McDonald's. Who
well,
would do that? That's
so
crazy.
it was a pink with the bright yellow and bright red accents and
Yeah.
everything. And so when you said it, I was like, holy shit, I've seen this before.
Yeah,
Just
but
need
I
to
bet
draw
it
in some
didn't.
veins and make it real penis. Did it have the dick and balls on it? No. What is the symbol of your chapter?
Are we
It's
allowed to
dick butt.
say? Are we allowed to say dick and balls on Twitch? Is
Well,
that
until somebody pays attention enough to ban us, let's fucking not worry about it.
all right? Works for me. Works for me.
Oh yeah. Just don't throw any of those things we know will get me banned. All right, here we go. And then let's see. So we went to chapter tactics.
Like saying chungus.
How Jesus man, would you calm it the down?
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. Don't ever do that again.
How dare you? Okay, let's do this.
All right,
Let's.
so new units, some new things coming out. Well, kind of new things. So a lot of new modeling options are coming out, which is nice. The Incursor Squad. Now these are kind of part of. It says it's going to be built from the multi-part infiltrator kit, which so it means sounds
Yeah,
like we're getting more options and stuff as
yeah. It's
posing.
just gonna get the actual full releases of all the Shadow Spear kits.
Hell yes, okay.
So their guns ignore cover, which like I don't know if that matters because it's just a freaking bolt gun. So like
Yeah,
who cares? Also, if you're an Imperial Fist player,
you already have
yeah,
that.
it's like well, thank you, very cool.
You
But
get double stampy, a triple stampy. Sorry.
they also don't take any negative modifiers when they're shooting,
Oh,
which is neat. But then they have a bolt gun, so like you're not gonna take out any Eldar flyers that have -2 to be hit with it because it is a bolt gun.
you know.
The coolest rule that they have is this paired combat blades thing.
Ooh,
What do you think
where's
of that?
that? Where's that? Hold on.
Right there at the top
Ah, I'm missing it.
in that little window
In that little,
above the guy with the mine,
uh,
which is the other coolest thing.
okay, here we go. Uh, so, like their infiltrated battlers, increasing smoke grenades, concealed positions, but a squad.
No,
Oh,
in
up
the
here.
window above that.
Paired combat blades, melee. Oh, fucking tie. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, an unmodified hit roll score of 6 scores an additional 1 hit. Oh yeah, that's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, that's fun, especially since the Marines are all going to be getting +1 attack when they charge now.
Ooh. So that gets you up to like you can get up to 4 attacks. That's pretty bitchin'.
Yeah,
Not only that, like they have the 2 knives strapped to them, which just looks fucking awesome. These are some bitchin' looking models, I gotta say.
yeah, I love them.
Like they look just awesome. And then so yeah,
The
smoke
mine is really
grenades.
fun as
So,
well.
see, once primed, the first enemy unit within 3 inches of the haywire mine risks suffering D3 mortal wounds, or D3 plus 1 if it's a vehicle, before the mine is removed. Is then removed by fielding a number of small units. You can lay down enough haywire's mines to make it a near suicidal to approach its area denial 101. And incursors are without a doubt some of its finest practitioners. That's fucking awesome. It's similar to the Tyrannid spore things, only you have to go. That's pretty neat actually.
Yeah, it's. I think it's really fun.
Like that's fucking like that actually makes them a hell of a lot more worth it. I feel like that is so cool. And plus, look at that model. That looks awesome. Got a
Yeah,
gun
it
and a
does.
giant mine to blow up people. See the Impulsor. Okay, Impulsor is a fantastic all-around support vehicle. So is this just basically our new Rhino?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, it's
But
the
it only
new,
holds 6 guys, which is lame as hell.
but it has the
But you can
fly
get out
keyword.
after it moves, which is
Yeah.
sick nasty
Wait,
for shooting
what?
people.
That is
Yeah,
sick nasty.
you can't charge, but you can get out after it moves and then shoot.
If it
Also, it can have a 4-up invuln, which is pretty strong to
shoot,
protect your 6 guys. It's like giving the 6 guys a 4-up invuln, kind of.
hot damn. And it has the orbital comms array. In your shooting phase, one model from your army with an orbital comms array that has not been used this battle can use it to call an orbital barrage. If it does, select 1 point within the battlefield, roll a d6 for each unit within d6 inches of that point, subtracting 1 from the result if the unit being rolled for is a character. On a 4-up, the unit being rolled for suffers D3 mortal wounds. Nice. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's kind of like a command point free orbital bombardment stratagem. You could pair
Yeah.
that with if your opponent bunches up a whole bunch, you could pair it with the orbital bombardment and
Yeah, and you can
do a
actually still move and use this one because orbital bombardment doesn't your warlord have to stay still for your whole turn?
yeah, which is lame.
Super lame.
Also, that stratagem sucks.
It does. Yeah. I got a chance to use it like once, and it was like, oh yeah, I guess that does suck.
Here's the thing that everybody
Oh
hates
my
for some reason.
god! Another because they're thinking of it like as the what is it, the little baby carrier for the Grey Knights. I
Yeah,
love that you can model it with it freaking the holster on its hip though, so he's like a quick draw like bolter nut.
I love the model.
I
I
think
think it's adorable. I don't know why people are freaking haters.
it's like, oh, but look, he's still in there. It's like, yeah, but he's still in armor at least. Like,
And it can have a 2d6 heavy flamer,
oh shit.
which has a 12-inch range, which is pretty cool. That's not
What?
bad at all.
That's fucking great for me.
And or not and or,
Oh.
but or a 6-shot strength 7 minus. It's a strength. It's a freaking autocannon. 6-shot
Ooh.
strength 7 -1 2 damage,
Aha, those
which isn't
pesky
bad
minus
either.
ones. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
those
nice.
pesky -1s for sure.
The Incendium cannon. I like that.
I think the viability of this guy really depends on how fast he is, because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, he's fast, but we don't know how fast. If it moves 14 inches, it's awesome. If it moves 9 inches, it's a lot less good.
Yeah. Oh man, you can model the guy inside without a helmet, and there's a little padding around the roll cage so he doesn't kill himself. Like, I love that. He's a oh man. And then the heavy bolter quick draw, it just fucking makes me laugh. I just love it.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Do you see
I
the one
like
where
it
they?
better on the hip.
Did you see? Yeah, it's definitely on the hip where he's got the hand is like he's gonna quick draw it. Did you see the
Yeah.
one where somebody put a cowboy hat on it and put it on both arms?
Yep. Big iron on his head.
Oh man, actually, and it's just a kind of a fun model. It looks like it has multiple weapons as well, like other weapons,
Mhm.
like the up top. It looks like there might be a missile launcher of some sort, but I
I
can't
think
tell.
those are, yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
But those guns are just those iron hail heavy stubbers, I'm
yeah,
sure.
but there's
The
still.
the nipples.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just more shots.
this is what fembots became in the grim dark distant future.
Nice.
Nice. That's a fucking dated reference, but it worked. Infiltrator Squad. I feel like we already had infiltrators, didn't we?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So this is just the official release with all of the different options of putting them around.
Well, what does that say?
This
Well,
says
this unit contains a model with an infiltrator comms array. If there are friendly captain or lieutenant Phobos models on the battlefield, they're treated as being within range of those models' rights of battle. I guess that's
ooh.
kind of cool, because then you can just like put them in your opponent's butt, and then they get to re-roll their hit rolls and wound rolls. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't know how useful it is, but it's neat that it's there.
I
That's
think
for
it.
sure.
I think it helps with the, oh yeah, I can deep strike them, but they're losing so much for being so far away from the rest of my army. I think they're, it feels like a patch for them. Like this will make them more fun.
Apparently, you can pick that instead of having the apothecary guy.
Yeah, the apothecary guy does not seem super worth it. The Helix adept or whatever.
Yeah. Well, if
Yeah.
this is cheaper than that, then maybe it is better.
Yeah.
But
True. And then the Eliminator Squad.
this is everyone's favorite one.
Look at how badass these guys are. Like, I'm gonna kill everyone.
Their guns are strength 5 now. The bolt guns, and
Nice.
they have a las cannon thing. That's a
Las
little
Fusel.
baby las cannon.
Holy
Strength 8 -3 3 damage.
shit. And you can
It's okay.
with that one chapter, you could be like, hey, it's the 39-inch range.
Yeah. I
Hot
think
damn.
it's way less impactful on these guns that already have good range.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those ridiculous
Way
things.
cooler for like aggressors
Oh, dude,
to
the
make them
aggressor's gonna be
18 or 21-inch range
damn
or whatever
ridiculous.
on their normal guns.
And then let's see.
And then also they have a thing right here where if you have the bolt carbine, you can run away after you fire Overwatch, so you
Covering
don't get
fire.
charged.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is sick. So the first time this
Super
eliminated force
fun.
Overwatch with Instigator Bolt Carbine. I love the name. In your opponent's turn, this unit can.
Instigator?
That's what it's.
Barely know her.
God damn it! Oh man, it's been a bit. You got me. Fucking roasted. No, I'm just. Then can fire Overwatches if it was part of the movement phase. It cannot advance as part of this move. That's still pretty awesome. And then
Yeah. So
non-codex chapters.
if they're 7 inches away, they cannot succeed on their charge because you just move away.
Bye
You move
now.
6 inches away. See you later, nerd.
Peace, bitch. That's pretty good. And it looks like, oh, here's the supplement for Blood Angels, Space Wolves, and Dark Angels.
This just says that they're going to get all the new units.
Yeah. Basically, you don't have to buy the new codex, you can buy the supplement. This free
And they
PDF.
get Shock Assault,
What the fuck?
which is the +1 attack when you charge.
Ah, gotcha, okay. Angels of Death Combat Doctrine? What is this? What is
Oh,
this?
you didn't read this. So like when you start the game,
Yeah.
you start in the Devastator Doctrine, where you improve the armor penetration of your heavy and grenade weapons by 1,
Hell yeah.
which is cool. It's there.
Hmm.
The next one is the super one, but you have to be in that one for a turn.
Yeah.
And then you can, on your second turn, you can change to the tactical doctrine where all of your rapid fire and assault weapons armor penetration is improved by 1.
Oh
So
shit.
that's where you get into like the good stuff, like all of your bolt guns being -2, or your bolt rifles
Yeah.
being -2, your flamers being -1, your heavy flamers being -2, your aggressors bolt storm gauntlets being -1. That's like where you can, once you start throwing a crap ton of dice, is where you can like actually pick up on the statistical power
The tactical doctrine.
of the AP increase, yeah, of the
Hell yeah.
tactical doctrine. And the assault doctrine is the worst by far, where you improve your pistols and melee by 1 AP.
Oh no.
Improving your melee by 1 AP is kind of nice, but like pistol is useless, and also it's harder to be in combat to use it.
Damn.
So
It's pretty awesome. Oh, there's gonna be a new Khosrow Khan, Chief Librarian Tigurius,
Tigurius.
Tigurius, and both who have crossed the
The
Rubicon.
most wonderful thing about Tigurius is that I'm the only one.
They're more powerful than ever. Oh man. Of course, this, you know what, I should have known the minute I got Vulcan. They start releasing basically his equivalents in every chapter, and I'm like, you motherfucker. Perfect. So I think that's everything except for. Do you want to save the Ultramarine Scions for next time, or kind of go into them as well? Because they are kind of weird. I don't.
Well, we'll have like all the other leaks next time, so
Okay.
we should probably talk about these ones.
Perfect. Okay.
So the Scions of Gylamine, they
the Scions of Gylamine.
yeah, the Scions of Gylamine.
Gylamine sounds like the worst, like the suave character, like of like a terrible romance novel. Hello, I'm Gylamine.
It's
like
the
a
guy on
time
the
start.
cover with
Yeah.
the flowing blouse.
Yeah, like that's like a Gylamine.
I am Gylamine.
I'm so
I
hot
have
for
killed many
Gylamine.
men with the sword, but I know how to love.
Oh god damn it. Okay.
Gylamine is what you would, if Princess Bride was like a really bad romance novel. It's
Yeah.
what Indigo Montoya would be named.
My name is Gylamine the dude. No. Gylamine.
Gylamine, you have killed my father.
That's gonna be the name of my next D&D character. He's gonna be Gylamine the Sword College Bard.
Nice.
Oh, that's so fucking. It's not a good school. Not
But
a
he
good
never
school.
got laid in Sword College.
Mm-hmm.
So
now he's on
yeah.
his epic quest for some piss.
Behold, I am Gylamine.
Let me roll my charisma, and you will know exactly how seduced you are. Huh? All right. Anyway,
Nice.
who are they? The Ultramarines are a stalwart example of an unstoppable fighting
They're
force.
the Ultramarines.
They're
Everybody
the
knows who
Ultramarines.
they are.
Fucking, they're the Smurfs.
One of the best things about the Ultramarines is that you can take Rabute Goleman, which is nice. They nothing new yet on this page. You gotta scroll down a bit more.
Signs of
The Scions of Gylamine.
when the Ultramarines and their successor chapters are strict adherents to the teachings of the Codex.
Oh, and their successor chapters. That's interesting
That
because
is
that implies that
interesting,
you
yeah.
can use it with the successor chapter.
That's big news.
I didn't think about that.
And as such, they typically adopt a flexible combat style that emphasizes maneuverability without sacrificing firepower. Because that's how things work. They just know how to do it. Shut up. They do. Fuck. Whilst the technical doctrine is active, models with this ability
The best doctrine, by the way.
that
We already
moved on your,
decided.
oh yeah, the best. Baby's little best doctrine. That moved during your movement phase but did not advance or fall back can make attacks with ranged weapons in the following shooting phase as if their unit had remained stationary this turn.
Can you think of any cool applications for that whilst the tactical doctrine is in effect?
Well, it seems that you could, get some good movement on your flamer weapons and get them into flaming distance, and then also not suffer any penalties, but also on like your heavier weapons that you'd suffer penalties for moving with, you wouldn't suffer that from. And you could move your warlord and still use your orbital bombardment.
Yeah, because he counts as if he didn't move.
Yeah!
That's true, maybe.
I don't know.
But
People will argue that last one, I guarantee it.
I mean, the big one on this is all your guys will always use bolter drill, even if they
Oh
moved, because
yeah.
they count as if they stood still. So you get to rapid fire with all of your guys 100% of the time, as long as you have the
Shit.
tactical doctrine in effect.
That's pretty taxi
Another
and
one
awesome.
is yeah. The second one is the aggressors. They count as having not moved, so they can move
Holy
5 inches and then shoot twice.
fuck. That's pretty good.
That's pretty freaking strong. And I mean, you already said that you don't suffer any penalties with the heavy weapons, so
No,
that's kind of nice.
it's
And
pretty amazing.
last but not least, we had those Vigilus specialist detachments that we talked about a long time ago now,
Yeah.
and there was the veteran intercessors specialist detachment where it gives you can upgrade your intercessors so they have +1 attack, +1 leadership, and then they have access to these special stratagems. And one of those special stratagems is to double the rapid fire value of your gun. So you can
Oh.
have a 10-man squad that is then rapid fire 4, and they get to rapid fire at any distance because of bolter drill. So it's like, here you go, here's the shots.
Shot,
I think it
shot,
was
shot,
rapid
shot,
fire
shot,
4.
shot.
Was it rapid fire 4?
That sounds
No,
right.
makes it rapid fire 2. So you
Two,
would
okay.
shoot 4 shots each.
Ah, that makes more sense. I was gonna say,
So
jeez.
you'd shoot 40 shots out of your 10-man blob. And they also have the extra AP because the tactical doctrine is in effect. So you'd have 40 minus 2 shots.
Hot damn, that's
Yeah, it's
actually
pretty
really,
cool.
really that's part good.
You can move your stalker bolt rifles that now do 2 damage and shoot without the penalty.
Oh my
It's
god,
pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
it's pretty decent, pretty
I
decent.
think I think this thing is the strongest thing, especially since it's just the strongest thing for the ultra homos because you just get this for free. It's just an extra thing added on to the tactical doctrine, and the tactical doctrine is already the best doctrine. So
God damn. So if you're a Smurf fan, they just got even Smurfing better. These Smurfing mother Smurfers.
smurf the hell out of them.
Oh, they'll Smurf him dirty. All right, telepathic assault's the next thing. Gathering his mental might into a searing blade of psychic energy, the librarian unleashes an overwhelming empiric attack on his enemy's mind. Foes scream and collapse, blood jetting from their eyes as their brains burst asunder. Telepathic assault has a warp charge value of 7 if manifested. One enemy unit within 24 inches and visible to the psyker. Roll 2d6. Add 2 to the result. That unit suffers 1 mortal wound for each point by which the total exceeds the highest leadership characteristic of the model of that unit. Seems okay, depending on what you're fighting, because like some of those leaderships can get like pretty damn good.
This
I
spell
think.
is not very good based on math.
Yeah, it just seems like your chance of getting any mortal wounds at all is going to be pretty damn low.
Well, on a leadership 8 unit, you'll statistically do 1 mortal wound, which is that's garbage
That
for
is
warp
warp
charge
chart.
7 power.
Damn, dude. Yeah. So
Especially since
that's
that's the minimum you could do with a freaking smite.
take that, Ultramarines. Your tactic sucks. All right, next one. Your power, I should say, sucks. The Sanctic Halo. The energy field projector built into this elaborately filigreed iron halo not only deflects bullets and repels blade thrusts, it also amplifies the bearer's will, allowing them to withstand devastating psychic attacks in the thick of battle. Captain model or chapter master model only. A model from your army with this relic has a 3-up invulnerable save and can attempt to deny 1 psychic power in your opponent's psychic phase in the same manner as a psyker. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, 3-up invuln and little deny. It's a nice little relic.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Iron Halo, but also fuck your psychers too. Like, pretty neat. Okay, so that one's actually pretty nice. You know, not too bad for a relic. Let's see, the Sunwrath pistol. This was what I was fucking bitching about earlier. Belisarius Carl gifted a score of these pistols to Rabute Guilliman at the start of the Indominus Crusade, who in turn bequeathed them to warriors who displayed particular valor in the face of the enemy. Constructed with superior venting coils and with an inner barrel made of a mysterious heat conducting crystal. way to read that, Ty. Good job. These plasma pistols can be fired repeatedly without overheating. The model equipped with this plasma pistol only. This relic replaces a plasma pistol and has the following profile: range 12 inches, pistol 2, strength 8, AP minus 3, damage 2. So a permanently overcharged plasma pistol, but with a pistol 2 instead of pistol 1, right?
Yep, and it doesn't get hot.
That's pretty hot. It's pretty good. It's okay. I mean,
That's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. Will Smith in it.
It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot. Pretty hot. But yeah, this one's I don't know. I can't. It's one of those like, yeah, cool, but like it's still a pistol. Like 12 inches pistol. I mean, that's always a bitch. Um, what do you think of the Sunwrath pistol?
No,
No, there you have it, folks.
I
No.
don't think about it at all.
Yeah, it's probably for the better.
I'd rather have the 3-up invuln.
Seriously, that thing is way better than this. It's kind of funny. All right, so and then the new stratagem. Uh, even amidst the most intense firefights, the Ultramarines fire with pinpoint accuracy. Every shot aimed for maximum efficiency. Is efficiency spelled right there? I don't know. And economy of killing power. Use this stratagem at the start of your movement phase if the tactical doctrine is
Well,
active.
that word isn't efficiency.
Oh,
That's efficacy.
efficacy. Ah, there we go. That's why it looked wrong. God damn it, Ty. Until the start of the next battle round, when resolving an attack made with a rapid fire or assault weapon made by an Ultramarines model from your army, on an unmodified wound roll of 6, the armor penetration characteristic of the weapon is improved by an additional 1 for that attack. You can only use this stratagem once per battle.
Yeah.
So like a super Daka Daka Daka.
Yep. So your 40-man unit, 40-man unit, your 10-man unit shooting 40 bolt gun shots that are -2 would then be -3 on 6s, which is pretty cool.
There
And
you
also in the old Codex, I don't know if they'll still have this, but in the old Codex, there's a warlord trait called Storm of Fire, where on wound rolls of 6, it did the same thing, improved the armor penetration by 1.
go. Oh shit.
So if you had both of those things stacking up, you could have -4 bolt guns, which is, I mean, it's cool.
And then
It's
you
it's
can
pretty cool.
bolter drill it as well, and jeezy crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So
I
if
love
you just have like a crap ton of intercessors stacked on top of each other,
I like how they're trying to make it like, listen, bolt guns are fucking worth it, okay? Okay? Use them.
please.
Use our boys.
You know, somebody made this point on social media, and I think there's something to it,
Hmm.
unfortunately. But it's like, you know, they want to make the Marines really good in like a brainless way, so
Yeah.
that they can, well, not really good, but good enough in like a brainless way, so all the blow-ins that just like stumble across the game and start playing Marines don't get completely wrecked in all their games.
You leave me alone. No, yeah, that's pretty. I can see that actually being like making it like a kind of more kinder introductory army than
Right.
than some. I mean, like it does make sense for the face of your game to be one of the introductory armies. I guess that
No,
kind of,
it's super reasonable from a business perspective.
yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
like, and I don't even care about
it's
them
not
being
even that.
good. Like, I'm happy with it, but
Yeah, it's
I
not even
I,
that
I
cynical.
do think that's the reason.
Yeah, I kind of, you know what, that makes sense to me. And then let's see, we got a weird one, Bane of Tyranids. When resolving an attack in a model against the unit against Tyranids, you can reroll the hit roll. You can reroll the wound.
Yeah. So that's for a unit called the Tyrannic
Oh,
Great
sorry.
War Vets or whatever. It's from a
Oh, here we
story
go.
arc where the Ultramarines were fighting the Tyranids.
Gotcha. And you have to have Chaplain Cassius. With oh, so if you include him, then okay, neat,
Yeah, it's just a little fluff thing
dude. That's
more than
awesome.
anything.
I like the little fluff things that they throw in now and then, just because they're bitching. It makes sense.
Here's the buffed up Tigurius. He gets the +1 attack and +1 wound, just like you'd imagine he gets.
Makes
He
sense.
also now has +1 to his casting, which is really strong, especially
Damn.
since he already rerolled all of his failed psychic tests,
No
which
wait.
was something that was a source of much chagrin in 7th edition,
Yeah.
because because Tigurius had access to more psychic disciplines than Armon,
I was gonna
and he
say,
could he could re-roll the spells that he, because you had to roll for your spells.
yeah, just like our
Uh,
any.
yeah, he was allowed to re-roll the spells that he got, so he could consistently get better spells and was better at casting spells than Armon.
So it seems like he's still like almost on par with Ahriman, like with the.
Yeah, Bull
with the
Armon gets
reroll.
+2,
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, at least
but he doesn't have a reroll.
that reroll seems better. I don't know.
Reroll's pretty freaking strong.
Yeah, like that's funny. And he has the Hood of Hellfire. Oh, that just gives
Yep,
him +1. We were talking about
that's the
that.
thing. And
Yep.
then also, he has this Master of Prescience thing where you give a unit within 6 inches -1 to be hit for the entire battle round. That's another
Whoa.
thing it's way strong. Tigurius is turbo useful. Use him if you are an Ultra Smurf player.
God damn, dude. Like, how many freaking Ultramarines? Oh, man, that is. It's getting harder and harder not to be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to be a Smurf player. Like,
Yeah, they
like
got a lot of good
they
stuff,
just have so many
but
fun things. But then you have to say, yeah, I play Rowboat Gilliman.
but the Scions of Gilliman thing with how
Yeah.
powerful that is, where it buffs the tactical doctrine.
Yeah.
I imagine we're going to be getting one for every chapter, and if they're all
Ooh.
on the same level of usefulness as that one, we might see some really strong stuff from the other chapters. Like
Ooh, that's true.
I don't know what it would be specifically, but yeah, and then also each chapter is getting something like 15 stratagems just for their chapter. So there might be really strong stuff in that could determine if a chapter is a powerful chapter or not, based on, because I mean, like, the chapter tactic's important, right? But
Yeah.
if you just
Make up for it.
have really powerful stratagems, the strength of your chapter tactic isn't as important, right? Like, if the Black Templars had a stratagem where once per game, every single guy in their army fought twice and tripled the AP of all their weapons, then maybe, like, Black Templars is insane, even though their chapter tactic isn't super awesome. You know what I mean?
Damn, dude. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. So I don't know. Is it kind of? Are you excited for the new codex, or you think it's going to make it overly weird? Like, what? What are your feelings on it?
I'm cool with it. It's kind of lame that everybody that wants to play their chapter completely has to buy 2 books. I don't like that at all. And then if you're somebody that has a ambiguously painted army and you want to play with all the Space Marine rules or try all the Space Marine rules, or if you're a competitive player who wants to read all the Space Marine rules, it's way harder when you, because if you wanted to buy all the rules, it'd be 30 times $8. So two
Oh
hundred
my
forty
god,
dollars plus $40 for the actual book. So in order to
that's
buy all of the rules in this release, you're spending $280. That's a lot of money for access to these rules.
that's not fun. That's way less fun. Like, why?
Right. So if you're not somebody that's like, oh, I play salamanders, if you're somebody like me,
Yeah,
who I have this Sons of the Phoenix army, and it's like, well, I'll just use whatever chapter tactic I want because it's fun, you know what I
yeah,
mean? And like, it's not painted in a specific way, and there's not rules for Sons of the Phoenix, so
yeah.
it's like, what if I want to try all these rules? Do I have to buy all these books?
Oh,
No, I mean,
that's
I'm gonna steal them, but
yeah.
like,
I mean, it's just
I'm
encouraging
not gonna
people to do
steal the
it.
physical book. I'm gonna
Yeah,
steal the rules. I'm gonna take pictures of other people's books. It's, you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like, I think it's ridiculous to expect that.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make it so that that each chapter feels more special. But I do think the fall of it is that it makes people who want to play all of them or check out more of them. It just makes it super difficult for them to do that. So I kind of see exactly where you're coming from because I was at first thinking I was like, this is just awesome. You know, like an expansion makes everything feel more, more unique. Because I've been bitching about chapters feeling more unique and having more identity for I don't know a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And so I like that part of it, but yeah, I
No,
guess
it's awesome,
I had
especially if
not
every
thought of that
chapter is
part.
getting 15 stratagems
Holy
and their
shit!
own warlord traits and their own psychic discipline. That's like a lot of content added to the
Seriously,
game that could, have potential for being useful and
just
helpful and playable and stuff like that. So,
nice. Yeah. So I
no,
guess
it's
we'll.
great. It's super exciting, especially since Primaris Marines are some of the coolest things in the entire Warhammer range. I love how
Oh,
they
it's
look.
true. They're probably
It's
some of the
great.
cleanest, best looking like ideas Space Marines that's ever been presented. Like,
Yeah.
and like StarCraft. When it for a while they had they were. Yeah, I was one of those people who I really like the look of StarCraft. Their Space Marines, and compared to like the proportions of the
Yeah.
old Space
Yeah.
Marines, it was like. But now, like the Primaris, they have such like more. They have their more like kind of more unique personality when they feel more specific to Space Marines to 40k. They're not just they're less general Space Marines, and with the
They look bigger and
badass.
more heroic and
Yeah,
everything. They
they have
look
more of a
great.
presence on the table too, which
Yeah, yeah.
it's just fantastic. Because I mean, so many things and so many models nowadays. Like there's so many like giant. Holy shit! Look at that! Like that to make anything that's just a regular unit feel that way. It took a little bit of effort, and I'm glad. I'm glad they did it right.
Yeah, I like
So
everything except for anything on the new flight stands. I don't like those.
those new flight stands are so weird. What
I
are they?
I don't like the Inceptors and the
They suck.
what the hell are the new ones called with the autocannons?
Oh yeah. I don't know because I'm.
I dropped this and you're not gonna pick it up. Damn.
Sorry. That's me. That's me. I'm trying to pick it up.
The guys with the autocannons that aren't the infiltrators or the
Yeah.
eliminators.
That came in with his shadow
That
spear
came in.
box,
It's not the Phobos librarian. It's not the Phobos lieutenant. And it's not the Phobos captain.
and it's similar to interceptors.
They haven't mentioned the full release of that kit either, which is
That is
it's
true.
strange.
That is very strange. I hadn't thought about that. But I mean, they
All the other things in that box are getting the full kit. Well, I guess
and
the characters aren't yet.
yeah,
Right? Well, but then they showed that picture of the new Phobos lieutenant. That's like,
exactly the same.
well, I mean,
Even a little
he
better.
looks cooler, but like,
That is true. He looks
he's got a
fucking
very cool
amazing.
pose going on. He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
about to shank a fool. He's about to knife
dude.
fight on a fool.
Are you talking about? Let's see. Where is
One time,
he?
I think he has 4 attacks,
Holy
and
shit.
then my Blood Angels Phobos lieutenant got 7 hits because I rolled 3 6s, and he's like
Yeah, this
knifing
guy.
some stuff.
God damn, that's fucking amazing. And then with the double knives,
Yeah, his name is Stefano. He kills snakes with knives.
of course, his name's Stefano.
Uh huh.
Oh man, him and I've already forgotten it. Gilamonte, Gila,
Gilamon.
Gilamon.
Gilamain. That's what it was.
Gilamane, yes, him and
Gilamain.
Gilamane can hang out and killing snakes and snaking ladies. I don't know. Oh wait, that was way dirtier than I thought it was gonna be. Never mind, it's not what I meant. Holy
Snake and
shit.
ladies.
Oh god.
Ah, yeah.
Oh no. All right, so.
Let's get out here and snake some ladies. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Suppressors. That's the name of it.
That's it.
Because they got the suppressing fire rule. Yeah,
Suppressing
remember that?
fire. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Hey, you have all those models that you could build.
I do, and I've actually been guiltily looking at my closet and trying to find some time. And then I told you about my last 2
Man,
weeks,
I miss it in there.
dude. The last 2 weeks have just been horrible. And in fact, you know what? I think this weekend I'm determined to try to finish at least building one of the Shadow Spear completely, and then because I was like, you know what? If I just start building, because that's my favorite part, I'll just continue. Because like I sit down, I like build like one little thing and go, hey, that was really satisfying, and then I just go on this spree of building like a billion things. And oh man, you wouldn't believe.
Do you put on a movie while you're doing it?
Oh yeah. Put on a movie, just
Yeah.
start, and then I'm like, look up, like look at all of this shit I did, and
Yep.
I went through and removed all of the bits from all of the resin. So that's all ready to go. I bought the new super glue with the accelerant because I fucking hate working without accelerant now. Like I did it once and I'm like, I'm never going back. It's never going back. I'm never waiting again. And then yeah, and I got everything organized, which was a bit of it took way longer than I thought it was going to be. So it's like, but now everything is nice and neat and organized into its own like factions and
Yeah.
it's ready to go now. So now the
Hell
next
yeah.
step is building. So I've been working towards the goal. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's kind of the new things coming out for some of the new Space Marine codexes. Some of the leaks so far. Probably be more over the next week. Let's see, what have they dropped a release date yet? Did I just miss it?
Well, you can pre-order the Codex, uh, the White Scar supplement, and the Smurf supplement this Saturday. So those will all be out next Saturday. and then we don't know when they're going to release all the other ones, but I imagine they're not going to wait too long.
Yeah, that would
So,
suck if they waited. If they did like a year later
well, it
releasing
just
the other
wouldn't
ones
make
like
much
that.
sense to really to wait. So,
Yeah, because then you'd have severely unbalanced chapters.
yeah, so I think they might. I don't know. Maybe they'll drop 2 a week for the next month.
That would make sense. They do
Yeah,
kind of like their monthly releases and stuff.
and
So
you'll have to wait till last for Iron Hands, I guess,
yeah, and
because they're going to release the. I assume that they're going to release the Iron Hands character that they teased
oh yeah, the
with
new
the
box set.
supplement as well. I thought they might release the Primaris bikes right during this, but
Yeah,
since they are releasing the White Scars first, they're not. I mean, we know that they're not going to do Primaris bikes
that's
during
true.
this release.
Yep, if they're doing
Otherwise, they would
bikes,
have
it'd
already
be
previewed them. So
maybe they'll preview them on White Scar Day. Like they can get the supplement and bikes, or
that'd be
they'll wait for
whack
people to
and
buy
also
bikes, and then they'll be
not
like,
very GW.
they'll wait for you to buy the bikes because you're excited about White Scars. They're like, now Primaris bikes. You're like, motherfucker.
That could be part of their business model. It would be unsurprising.
You gotta think in that GW
But you
way.
know what sucks about that is like then they have to update the book again. It's
Yeah,
like ah!
yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Oh man. All right, so stuff to look forward to, and we'll cover all the new leaks and stuff. Whatever comes out next week, we'll do that. And
Space Marines.
Space Marines.
Space Marines for like the next month. Space Marines.
Woo! Yeah, just like it was chaos last month or a month before that. Last month was literal chaos in life, but we'll get back to doing this next Thursday. We'll catch y'all then. Anything to say to the nice people, Ferris?
Thanks for checking out the show. If you've got any questions or anything that you want to say to us, positive or negative, or hopefully positive, you can tweet at Hitchy Boy there. And um, as Hitch said earlier, let's get out there and snake some ladies and gentlemen. So go ahead and do that.
Typed in things I'm not living down for a while, so we'll catch y'all later. Oh Lord.
Peace.
Out.